Hello, good morning. 6 a.m. on Tuesday, the 18th of December. It's nearly the shortest day of the year, and I'm just setting off on my December 200-kilometre DIY ride. Just past a little manger all lit up there by the local Methodist church. It's a nice warming sight. I did say I would film one of the winter rides because it involves riding long sections in darkness. So today I'm leaving my hometown of Bath and I'm heading over the Severn Bridge into South Wales to Penarth Pier and back. It's a kind of out and back course in roughly the shape of a boomerang. Just before I leave a residential area and get on some really dark roads, I'm looking down straight in front of me at some houses decked with colourful Christmas lights, and I use things like that to give myself mental boosts in the winter. It really does help, for me anyway. I'm on a minor road now heading up towards the A38, and I don't know what time it is, but I can see the first glow of sunrise over there. It's lighter than it is dark now. Now crossing over the motorway near Ormondsbury M4, M5 junction. The red light's on that tower. That's an iconic RAC building there. That marks the junction where this motorway, heading in the same direction as we're going actually, west to east, east to west, crosses at 90 degrees the M5 going from southwest up to northwest. It's now gone 8 p.m. and we're just crossing the old Severn Bridge, the M48 Severn Bridge. You can see we're on this traffic-free carriageway, although there's a couple of maintenance vehicles just gone by. You'll constantly see them working on this bridge. Here we are then on this cycle path next to the main road, just about to pass underneath the transported bridge. See, there's lots of work going on with it. Down at the bottom of that tower, that blue tray, it's almost what cars and people drive onto, and then it's taken across by cables. And a friend of mine from Audax Club Bristol, Neil, he said to me once he was thinking of planning a route where you would visit all the remaining transported bridges in the country. I thought, what a brilliant idea for a route. I don't know if he ever assembled it. I can't even remember how many there are, but I thought, what a great idea, what a great theme, and a way to motivate yourself for a big ride. We're now back on some quiet roads on the levels between Newport that way, coming into Cardiff. Once we get to Cardiff, it's quite urban and built up. We'll head down towards Cardiff Bay, then we'll go across the barrage, which is fantastic, it really is. And then we'll go up a big hill, drop down to Penarth, and there's a lovely Victorian pier there, an Art Deco pavilion, and that's our halfway point. We're now approaching the boundary of city and county of Cardiff, capital of Wales. We're still a few miles out from the town centre, but you can see it's starting to build up. My memory of this route is there's lots of traffic lights stopping and starting as you go through Cardiff. Then you head down towards the bay, and it's lovely going across the barrage and then up the other side to our halfway point, Penarth. It can be a bit frustrating actually stopping and starting, so whether I film much of that or not, I don't know. I'll see you down by the barrage. I was approaching halfway point on today's 200-kilometre DIY Audax. So I'm just heading down to Cardiff Bay, across Cardiff Bay barrage, over the hill to Penarth Pier. Lovely Victorian pier with an Art Deco pavilion. That would be my halfway point. Then I'll be turning around, heading back to Bath. Not going to happen. I've had a bit of a mishap. My seat pillar bolt has sheared and I've lost some bits. I can't even pick up all the bits. I've been trying to find them sheared in half. That's the second time that's happened on two separate bikes within about 3 or 4 months. So clearly I'm just carrying too much weight on the back. It's just not strong enough to carry that. Although I've been doing it for years, so I'm not quite sure why I've had two go so soon between each other. Anyway, today was the 8th consecutive 200 for my Randonneur Around the Year series, which is at least a 200-kilometre ride and above every month for 12 months. So I've done 7, well, 7.5 actually. Today would have been 8. I've still got next week, then it's Christmas, obviously a few days in between Christmas and New Year, and just a couple of days at the end of January. So I'm not giving up, I've got skin in the game, but this is what happens when things go wrong on a DIY. I'm going to have to walk round the corner. Luckily enough, it couldn't have happened in a better place really. Just round the corner is Cardiff Central Station, so it's a wander around there, get the train line up, book myself a train ticket home, give my darling wife a call, and let her know I'll be home a few hours early. Ciao. After my caribou theft back in the summer, I don't let the bike out my sight on trains these days. Well, there she blows. I'm back at my home station at Oldfield Park. So I got to Cardiff Central, just quickly booked myself a single from Cardiff Central back to Oldfield Park. Had to wait about 15 minutes for the train. Ironically, it was going all the way to Bath Spa without changing, but my local station, Oldfield Park here, is much closer to where I live, it's just a couple of streets away. That was hard enough, just walking the saddlebag and pushing the bike just half a mile from where I spoke to in Cardiff back to Cardiff Central Station. So I changed at Bristol, half an hour wait, that wasn't too bad. I was kind of running some figures on the train actually, trying to work out why 2 seat pillars have gone in such a short space of time. So let me just quickly explain what I was looking at. So as you can see, I'm on my red Thorn, which I've had about 7 or 8 years, and the blue Thorn, exactly the same as that, had the seat pillar, exactly the same seat pillar, the onboard one that came with it. That snapped in exactly the same place a couple of months ago. So I was just looking at figures trying to work out what's happening. These figures aren't exactly precise because when I log my rides on Strava, it always defaults the ride to one of the bikes. At the moment it's just doing it to the Tough Road SLR, so I've got to physically change it actually, and I don't always bother with that. But you get an idea here. Look, this is the bike I'm on today, the Thorn Audax, that's the red one. 42,729 miles plus the 58 today. And there's the blue one. Again, I'm not sure if those figures are correct, it may be more than that. Some of the rides might have gone on to different bikes. That was 11,931. So again, that doesn't quite stack up really. Why would that one have gone first before that one? I'm guessing I'm putting too much weight in the saddlebags, but having said that, I've ridden many years with a lot more weight than that on the bikes. Maybe it's just a combination of fatigue and just possibly coincidence, but you know, I've taken the Super C saddlebag on week-long trips, 1200s, where I've had almost twice as much weight in the back, and it seems to have handled it fine. Possibly coincidence. Could possibly be me getting fat and too heavy, that's another possibility. I've got a brand new seat pillar on the blue Thorn. I've got a spare one at home I can put in this one, and I think what I'm going to do is take that saddlebag home now and actually weigh it, because I've got some luggage scales, so I bought them recently, and just see actually how much I was carrying today and see if I can sort of shave about 30 or 40% off that. I'm not too bothered by today, had a good day out. I'll treat it as a training ride and a learning ride. It's only the, what did I say, it was the 18th today, that gives me another 12 days or so, 13 days, doesn't it? So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to motivate myself to get out and do another 200. I've got skin in the game, I'm definitely going to give it another go before the end of the month. These things just happen, I'll just put it down to experience. I planned this ride to share some of the mental hacks with you actually that I use, especially on the dark winter months when things go wrong. I think I may just shelve that actually. I feel a bit self-conscious about sharing these things anyway. I'm not qualified, it's only what I've picked up off experts and what I've learnt from friends and just trial and error myself. Possibly what I may do towards the weekend, I may even try 200 on my new Tough Road winter bike. At least that's got a rack on the back and saddlebag won't snap the seat pillar, I hope. or I may just ride the Bluethorn, I'm not sure. Couple of things really. I was watching this interview the other day on the internet, and there was this academic, I think he'd done his doctorate in history, the history of King Charles I or something, so clearly a smart guy. Anyway, he was saying he had his bike stolen, and he got in touch with the police and they did absolutely nothing. And so being an academic, he thought, right, I'll run an experiment. And him and his colleagues thought, where would be the safest place in Britain to leave a bike? And they decided to lock it up on a bike rack, a dedicated bike stand outside the headquarters of the Metropolitan Police in London. And there was 2 CCTV cameras trained on it as well. Lo and behold, it promptly got stolen. He reported it. A day later they said, sorry mate, not enough evidence. So he's obviously clearly not very happy. He contacted the Sunday Telegraph, I believe, and hey ho, they contacted the police and they've reopened the case. So again, it's not a criticism, but it kind of reflects the experience I had when I had my bike stolen. Another thing to do, I came underneath the Severn tunnel, which is, you know, phenomenal engineering. I just set my timer to record it. I forget what it is. I'll put it on screen now. I screen grabbed it. Anyway, sorry about the short video. I'll probably try and film the next 200 in the next week or so. So in the meantime, see you soon. Thanks for watching.